They vote Elite FPL.
And the Gold Award, Elite FPL.
Johnny.
Hello. Hello. Hello and welcome to a new Elite FPL Tuesday surgery.
Hello and welcome. Finally, I think I got a voice. How's it going, guys? Can't hear Jason. Don't worry, you don't want to hear what I have to say anyway. It's going to be an absolute shocker of a decision this week. Oh, look, is that my team on the screen? Oh, it is. Do you see any additions to my team on the screen, guys? Maybe I just realised I've just revealed my team to everybody for next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you may as well tell me because I can't see anything.
Well, I took out Salah and I took out Tony and I brought in Son and I brought in Calvert-Lewin.
I knew you'd do that. Yeah, I thought you'd do that.
For no hit.
No, Calvert-Lewin is a brilliant choice. Trigger Lips. I messaged Trigger Lips about. I can't remember what it was now, and he's brought in Calvert-Lewin as well for Tony. I think that's a brilliant move. I think getting rid of Salah's a bit mad, personally. That Watford game ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be easy whatsoever. And
I'm going to captain him, Son.
Oh, you're captaining him, are you?
Yeah. Why? All right. Okay. So we need to clear this up straight off the bat because people saw that tweet that you put out on the official Elite FPL Twitter and they thought that I was the one that did the tweet.
You mean this? I don't know. I doubt anybody would be able to even see that. The minus 16.
Yeah. So to confirm, you have done a minus 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you mad?
No. I'm getting
game week. 2 game weeks in, and you've taken a minus 16.
Yep. I'm just getting rid of the deadwood in my team.
They were given 2 games.
Sick to death of looking at that either don't play, in my opinion, should be returning, but aren't. Sick to death of seeing players which, in my head, I thought, I should have brought in the first place. And this is without hindsight. This is legitimate thought process at the time. I feel like I felt like I've been playing catch up since game week 1, and it's really annoying. And I just thought, do you know what?
Well, with that minus 16, you're putting yourself in a really risky position, Steve-O. I think I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get as many differentials compared to me as possible, but it's really rolling the dice.
No. My team isn't different. No. My team is not different. I haven't gone.
What, compared to mine?
obviously the players that I've brought in are different to yours because it's my affordability, but your transfers, I would argue, are excellent for free. 2 free transfers for free are quality. Mine are just, like I said, get rid of the garbage.
Are you feeling? Do you think you've made a mistake?
Ironically, listening to here we go. What's the time? 5 minutes in. I only listen to one Planet FPL show now a week, would you believe? Because it's just literally talk about the football. It's all I'm willing to listen to now. And James actually revealed that, for instance, so I'll tell you what the transfers are. Here we go.
Well, hang on. You can't post your team, can you?
I could do, but I don't.
If you go into Discord.
Yeah. Hold a minute. Let me see if I have to switch the camera around and everything like that. That's the problem.
You shouldn't have to switch the camera around. It should just be minimized when you use your phone. So for Steve-O's doing that. Steve-O's on his phone at the moment. He's just he's on his phone. So apologise for any audio or audio quality drops that you may be experiencing. His internet's not the best where he is at the moment. So did you manage to get into Discord, Steve-O?
Yeah. He won't even load up.
Okay, well in that case, let's forget about that. Let's forget about that.
Load up. I can't.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. If you just want to go through go through the changes you've done.
Yeah, so I initially did this 8 Nuri. I got him gone, and I brought in Tottenham Sanchez. Seems to be a starter. 4.5. To hell with it. Bring him in. I think that's an upgrade, personally. But these are the ones which are going to make you probably feel sick. And there's going to be one which I know for fact.
Hang on, sorry, mate. Can you go through that? I was just reading the chat then. Talk to me through your transfers again. Start from the beginning.
So I started with 8 Nuri to Sanchez. That was on, I think it was on Sunday, I can't remember now, whatever day Tottenham played.
Right.
So I did that move just straight away.
You're not worried about, you think he's solid? You think he's definitely going to be playing?
Yeah, he's going to be playing for Tottenham. That team that Nuno puts out, that is the team that is going to be playing every single week.
Okay. So Sanchez and Freight Nuri, okay, yeah.
These ones you're going to be disgusted with. So I got rid of Dunk and White. This is all last night. This is all after the game.
Well, White's potentially got COVID. That's the last I heard. So he's not going to be playing in contention. And Dunk is Dunk. He's the guy that didn't score for Brighton.
Yeah, but for me, I was watching it. I'm like, he's not even. I can't even see him going up for corners or anything. He's just literally just standing back. But this is what I was going to say about Planet FPL. They said that the player that I brought in, which is Duffy, he probably will lose.
You brought in Duffy?
Yes.
For Dunk?
So I brought in him, yeah, and Livramento. So I brought in 4.1s now for Dunk and White. Oh, it gets worse. For Livramento and Duffy and for Dunk and White. And then I got Ben Rama in for Brownhill. So
okay, well, that's an upgrade.
I wanted to play like a 3-5-2.
Seems like a knee jerk.
That's 4-4-2. No. West Ham are looking fantastic. They are looking brilliant. Them and who's the other team that's really impressed me so far? West Ham and another team. I've completely forgotten who it is. They've really impressed me, and it's just like get on them now. They're just playing free-flowing football. So I brought them in. This is the one that's going to kill you, Jace. Here we go. Drum roll. Tony. Now I had an option here. It was either Tony out for a 4.5 non-playing striker, which I can't be dealing with, or I bring in a player that could, and I think, see, I can see you now, Jason. I know you look like, or bring in a player which I know will rotate really well with Star. Can you guess who that striker is, Jason? Can you guess which striker I brought in?
That will rotate. What's the budget? What budget do you have left?
I can't even remember. Probably like 6 million or something. Probably.
Oh, I
Give you had a cardboard cutout of him.
Pookie.
Yeah, because I genuinely can see him doing all right against Leicester. But he rotates really well with Sarr. Like, genuinely really well with Sarr. For me, as I stated in pre-season or whatever, Watford are a home team. But they are the team that are going to get you points at home. Away from home, forget it.
I think you've lost. I think you've really made a mistake. I think it's not too late to hit the wildcard button right now and make your team right.
I don't need to hit the wildcard button. The players.
Are you sure?
Yes. The players that I would be bringing in aren't going to be much different to that anyway.
You've made a -16 and you brought in Duffy for Dunk.
Yeah.
And which to me is the complete sideways move. So we can pretend that that's like the free transfer then, so to speak. You've brought in.
Dunk's a waste of 5 million for me. He's a waste of money.
Well, he wasn't 2 weeks ago.
No, but that was for me. That was that was me being clever. Because I said to myself, right.
Livramento had one good game against United, and now he's like the hottest player 4.0 that since sliced bread, and everyone's going to be jumping on him.
I've read that he played really, really well, and
he did, yeah,
really good across the last 2 games.
But he also plays for Southampton.
He plays for Southampton, but they've got a good run of fixtures coming up. I'm probably never ever going to play. But for I think I paid 4 million for him, or 4.1.
So are you going to do what I normally do when I take a minus hit? I say, right, I'm going to captain one of these players. Are you captaining any of those players you brought in? Pookie,
no.
Are you going to captain him?
No, of course not. Even though
Benrahma's got a decent fixture. Crystal Palace.
I still think with these 2 particular fixtures, they're going to be this weekend is going to be really, really tight. Like, here's the irony. Of course, I'm doing really well at score prediction. That's the irony of being the score prediction game. Of course, I'm doing really well.
Right.
And I'm predicting Norwich to beat Leicester 2-1.
Well, I think at the moment, if you carry on playing the way you're playing, that the score predictor is the only chance you've got of actually finishing anywhere near the top of a league.
Yeah, but the reality is that predominantly my team is actually pretty solid. I was never going to be bringing in, for argument's sake, Lukaku. I was never going to be bringing in Son. Never. I'm not going to go anywhere near these players. And like I said, Ben White, a waste of space. And by all accounts, according to Dan as well, completely useless. Brownhill, it appears, never going to play for Burnley ever. 8 euro, hasn't started any of the games, and he came on as a substitute. Although, ironically, he replaced that Trincao, but anyhow. And Tony, I was expecting a minimum of an assist across Arsenal and Crystal Palace. He's got nothing.
We've currently got a poll going, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We have a poll going in the chat. The question is simple. Has Steve-O made a mistake in his -16? A -16 that has involved bringing in Duffy for Dunk, Livramento for 8 Nuri, Benrahma for Brownhill, and Pookie for Tony,
and Sanchez in for.
Oh yeah, Sanchez for Ben White. let's just give it a little bit of time to kind of filter through the brainwaves of individuals that may be tuning into us right now. If you just tuned in, this isn't a joke. We're not in the beginning of April. We I will be honest. I am feeling really confident that I'm going to be scoring more points than you this game week. What have you got to say to me about that?
Well, yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I mean, I'm not scared of those changes that you've done. Like, if you like when I was doing my -12s, my -16s, my -20s, I was bringing in premium players that were going to that were kind of like in form at that time. You're bringing in players, okay, bar Ben Rama, who is on fire. I admit Ben Rama's doing very well. You've brought in pretty average players.
I agree with you. I'm not going to sit here. They're all the players that I've got.
The best thing right, honestly, my advice for you right now, and I know you never take my advice. My advice would be hit that wildcard button and sort your team out.
But there's no one I would bring in that's any slightly different to the
Lukaku?
team. I don't want him.
You don't want him?
Not until he plays the
Grealish?
Yeah, the players Antonio and Ings for the next.
But Ben Rama is going to be not going to be back at game week 5, is he? He's going to be out for game week 5. There's a few players that are going to have problems with fixtures, aren't there?
Davey FPL tweeted out that the Premier League have actually reluctantly agreed that none of the players have to go, apart from I think it had in South American players. That's it. So apparently, all these players that won't be going anywhere, all were supposed to be going.
Okay, now, so I will say this now. We'll save this recording. And I really don't want to say I told you so, but I really think you've made a mistake. And the tables are turned because you were saying the same thing to me 2 seasons ago. You were saying exactly the same thing to me. I think you made a mistake. Difference being, it was premium players I was bringing in, not bench warmers and 4.0 defenders that aren't worth a -4, let alone a -16.
I agree with you, but these players, Dunk versus Everton, I'm expecting no clean sheet there.
But you brought in Duffy.
You've got, but he won't be playing.
So you'd be benching.
I wanted to get players.
So you're playing Sanchez.
Sanchez, Trent, and Shaw, the 3, and then a 4 in the middle, Ben Rama, Salah Fernandez, and
I really want to get your team up. In fact, I'm going to get your team up on the screen now, that your team from the previous game week or game week 2, just to give people a opinion on this, because I am a great believer. No, I don't want trolls in the chat are just going to start saying, oh, he's lost his head. That's my job. All right. So this is Steve-O's team prior to the -16, which he's admitted doing. So you've got Ben White. Yeah, Ben White is a problem. I've also got that problem to deal with. You got Aït-Nouri. You were really up for Wolves pre-season. You were really.
He's not. Yeah, he's not playing though.
He's coming off the bench, isn't he?
But he came off the bench once. That was it, which was on Sunday.
Tony's obviously a lot of people have lost patience with Tony. You know what's going to happen now. He's going to end up getting a double-digit all. That's going to be the case. It's going to happen. So many people transferred him out. He's going to get a double-digit all. So you got rid of Tony. You got rid of White. You got rid of Aït-Nouri. You got rid of Brownhill. Essentially, you've just looked at your bench and been like, I don't like that bench. I want a new one. But I want to take a -16 doing it.
Yeah. I want to do it now.
Well,
it's do it now while there's no real. It's not going to really affect anything other than the game week 3. And at least at that point, who was it? FPL said that's top of the Rivals League. At least that way, that minus 16. Antonio last night paid for that minus 16.
Well, okay. So, okay, I get your point. Antonio paid for that minus 16 last night.
And like I said,
but does that minus 16 set you up for the next 4 to 6 game weeks?
Well, no, because I'm planning on doing the wild card around about game week 6, 7, when I'm going to be wanting to triple up on Chelsea. It'll be like double defence and Lukaku. Lukaku is in once they hit that really good run. He's in. But for now, Lukaku, he's going to be against Aston Villa. I would probably predict Chelsea to score a minimum of 2. I would predict that. I'd probably go like 2-0, 3-0 at a push. But Aston Villa, to be fair, Karma Baby will be able to tell us this.
No, Nasty Balls in the chat said I'd take a -8 to get to the team that Steve-O had.
Nonsense.
I mean, look, let's be honest, right? There's nothing wrong with that team. You didn't have the issue with Simiskas or Simicast, whatever his name is. All you needed to do was sort out your problem with Aït-Nouri or Ben White, one of the two. If you needed to make the transfers, all you needed to do, you could have brought in Livramento for one of those two. It's not an issue, or Aït-Nouri, whatever. That seems to be a popular transfer. I mean, you didn't need to go to the extreme of the -16 because you're not going to captain any of these players you brought in on a -16. So essentially, you're probably going to play it safe. You're still going to probably captain Salah, right? Am I right? Fernandes. You're going to captain Fernandes, who's going to be quite a popular captain pick. So really, you're banking on basically Sanchez getting a massive haul.
Well, I'm banking on Pukki and Sanchez keep clean sheet. And
well, they're not going to score more than 16 points.
I have faith in Norwich. Genuinely, I'm predicting a 2-1 victory, maybe even 3-1. Genuinely against Leicester. Leicester, I want to swear, but I'm not going to. Are useless.
I got Harvey Barnes in, and obviously that was a problem.
He's looked hopeless.
Well, let me be honest, right? Let's be honest. We're basing our decisions on 2 game weeks. Okay, we've not had a great deal of time to formulate a proper, a proper basis on all these players that we've got on our teams. Let me just cast my eye over now to the poll that we have set up. Okay, 88 votes have been cast. Okay, people are just joining the stream, probably want to know what the hell's going on. Well, my co-host Steve-O's taken a -16, in which majority of the players are bench fodder. Has Steve-O made a mistake in a -16? 86% say yes, 14% say no. What have you got to say about that?
Well, the answer is, of course, they're going to say this.
Are they saying that just to spite you, Steve-O? Do you genuinely think they're saying that because...
Because with anything to do with fantasy football, everybody cares more about other people's teams than they do their own. And for me, like I said, I'm more happier with the players that I've got now moving forward into the next 2-3 game weeks or whatever than with pretty much the tripe that I had before. And
it's not tripe. There's not players in that team that I would say couldn't score a decent haul this week. Okay, Tony could. He could end up punishing a lot of Salahs. Like I'm not saying he will, but he could. And looking at the rest of your team, you got Fernandes, Greenwood, Salah, strong midfield. Benrahma is nice. I admit that it's a good one, but you got Antonio as cover anyway. You're covering some 0.7 West Ham. You've got Danny Ings. You've got Alexander-Arnold, Dunk. That hasn't got an easy fixture. I appreciate that, but essentially you've still got a strong team. Overall team is a very strong, balanced team. You've now thrown in names that you've admitted yourself you're not going to play them. 2 of those players are not even going to see the light of day for the next few game weeks.
Yeah. I don't know what I can say. I'm just, I'd
You
rather
seem very nonchalant about it. Very just not bothered about this. You seem like you.
yeah, because it's game week 2, not game week 32. 22.
I know that, but positive transfers are positive transfers. Do you consider these positive? Well, you must consider these positive transfers. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made them.
There's been no players or teams that have done anything for me where I'm like, oh my God, I desperately need to bring them in regarding, like, say, a wild card. I'd rather, like I say, get rid of the dead wood now. Just get it gone. Get it out of the team now. In game week 2, be happy with it. At least have that backup striker in Pookie, who is, in my opinion, a lot better choice than, say, the likes of, is his name Dennis or something from Watford, or 4.5 player that is never going to play. I've got a Tottenham defender in who will keep clean sheets. They're beating Watford 2-0 on Sunday, 2-0, and it'll be a Harry Kane double. There's a small chance, not that he wasn't even in my mind anyway. There's a very, very small chance, and it's unlikely, but there's a small chance Son may miss Sunday due to a possible injury. Again, very unlikely. There's a small chance of that. So I think on Sunday it's going to be the Harry Kane show, in my opinion. I think Harry Kane's going to get a minimum of a goal in that. This specific game week 3, I'm going to be predicting a very.
Is this going to be a high scoring game week, Steve?
No. It's not going to be a high scoring game week.
So you've done it on a game week that's going to be a medium scoring game. So
you've got the likes of what was it? Liverpool, Chelsea. That's 0-0, 1-1, 1-0 to Chelsea, 1-0 to Liverpool. It's going to be a very, very. It's not going to be goals galore because both teams are not going to want to lose. They're not going to go for it, and I think it will just come against the run of play where either Lukaku or Salah break away and they'll get the goal and they'll just sit back and defend because they've got absolute.
Okay. If I was going to do a -16 with this team, I'd be taking out players I'd be just freeing up money to bring in players like Son, Lukaku, and mate.
The thing with Lukaku is that versus
he's going to score against everyone, mate. He's going to score against Liverpool. He's going to score against the hard teams. He'll score about. What was it?
He's not going to get more points than the likes of, say, Antonio Ings, for argument's sake. Greenwood, even though I know he's not a striker. But
hang on. So when you wildcarding game week 7?
Approximately game week 6. 7.
So you think that Danny Ings is going to catch up or keep up with Lukaku between now and game week 7? Is that what you're trying to get at?
I think personally, Danny Ings has got the ability to keep on par with Lukaku over the next 3 or 4 games. Now, admittedly, Lukaku versus Aston Villa, there's a chance that he could get a goal and an assist. But everybody.
What's that? Can I? Excuse me. I don't know who you are, but can you let me know where Steve-O is and is he okay?
No. Because without getting too serious, it's like I do genuinely pride myself my predictions, and he do not score 4-5, 3-4-5. They usually their pass scoreline is usually 2 goals, and if you're lucky, they may get 3. I'm sure someone will say, "Well, hold on a minute, they beat X, Y, and Z."
Right.
They're not Man City. They're not Liverpool.
Right. So okay. Let's not keep compounding this subject over and over again. You've done your transfers. You're happy with them.
Within reason, yeah.
I mean, right? You've got no choice. You've got to be happy with them. Otherwise, you've only got one, or you've only got 2 alternatives, and that's a free hit, which you're not going to do, or a wild card, which you said you're not going to do. So, the best of luck. I think it's a mistake. I'll be honest with you. I think it was a unnecessary use of transfers, but I will eat humble pie, and I will happily sit back while you.
I'm not suggesting for 1 minute. In fact, I reckon, if anything, I'll probably just about break even if I'm lucky. But like I say, I'm expecting, for argument's sake.
So you're playing Pukki and Sanchez, and you think you're going to break even?
Just about, yeah.
He kept a straight face. No, I would love it if it does. Look, it's going to be great for the channel if it does, all right? Because we can just turn around and say we stick our middle finger up to all of you dullards out there that don't do anything with your teams. If this breaks even, mate, you can shout about it from the rooftops. You can tell your friends. You can tell your family. You can tell your pet dog. You can say, you know what, I was like a -16 to bring Pukki in. And keep a straight face.
It sounds ridiculous, but moving forward, looking at, for argument's sake, the rotation with Sarr and Pukki, it's pretty solid. The likes of Sanchez and Livramento and various other Duffy, etc. There's decent rotation there. And like I say, this specific game week is going to be low scoring. Those games that are happening, off the top of my head, I think the highest scoring game I've got is probably.
Well, you're hoping it's going to be low scoring because it will limit the damage, of course.
I'm expecting Man United. Yeah, the Man United game is going to be a very low scoring game. 1-0 to United, 2-1, 2-0, something like that. But Man United can't keep clean sheets, so they're going to concede a goal against Jimenez. But so let's say 2-1.
Oh, the goal that bloody Che Adams scored was the luckiest goal ever. It was just a fluke deflection. I'll tell you the highest scoring game. Leeds are going to score at least 3 against us. I'm going to have that down as probably 4-0 or 4-1. Is what. All right. So if you've got Rafinha, then you'll be all right. I'll be honest with you now. Enough of your team. All right, we've talked about your team for God knows how long now. It's half an hour. Let's have a think about what I'm doing with my team. Now, my team is on the screen now. This is what I had last week. Sanchez in goal, getting me the 6 points. I was happy with that. Luke Shaw, Alexander-Arnold, Tsimikas, Barnes, Salah. Yeah, Barnes, the clown. Fernandez, Greenwood, Ings, Tony, and Antonio. So the players in that team that I was losing patience with, of course, with Tony and with Barnes. I said that I was going to give Barnes one last run out. He had one run out and he didn't do anything. He was pretty absent in that game, didn't do anything. Obviously, it just wasn't meant to be. His place in my team was meant to be, and it could be better with being upgraded to a Ben Rama or such and such. So I stupidly made transfers on Saturday after seeing the first run of games and seeing Calvert-Lewin playing against Leeds. Hello, Coolio 2 Foot. Thank you ever so much for that $2. I wish I had Steve-O in the head-to-head this week, he says.
There you go.
I wish I had Steve-O in the head-to-head this week, he says. By the way, the poll ended 85-15, by the way. 85% that you made a mistake.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Just, so I made my transfer on Saturday, or 2 transfers on the Saturday, and I took out Salah, and I took out Tony, and I brought in Calvert-Lewin, and I brought in Son. I still think and stand by those decisions. I think that they are very strong moves. I think that it was a good use of the transfers if I didn't have any other issues on my team to deal with, but I do. And that issue being Tsimikas. And the fact that I've got Ben White and Manquillo on the bench, which I don't think I can rely on any points from. So this is a problem. So I'm possibly going to have to play 10 men. Because Tsimikas, will he play? Won't he play? People saying he won't against Chelsea. I think that I'm holding on to hope. I was actually toying with the idea of hitting the wild card. What's your thoughts?
Ironically, I'm going to repeat the same words as you just said to me. Don't bother. Your team's fine.
No. I was going to hit the wild card because I was going to make some wholesale changes. I was going to get rid of the likes of Tsimikas. I was going to get rid of Shaw. I was going to get rid of Barnes. I was going to get rid of Tony. I was going to get rid of Ings. I was going to be getting in the likes of Lukaku, Son. I was interested in getting Grealish in as well, just to get some Man City. But it is too early. It's too early. So I'm not going to wildcard. I toyed with the idea. Chat, calm down. Chat, calm down. I didn't hit the wildcard button. I toyed with the idea. Every now and again, everybody will toy with the idea in their wildcards. It will be a thought that comes in and out of your brain. And obviously, I'm not going to hit the wildcard. Worst case scenario, I'll play with 10 men. And yes, Ashley Barnes, Harvey Barnes will stay in my team for one more week. His stay of execution. So that is my decision making and thought process. Feel free to slate me in the chat, even though I don't care. Wildcard too early. Wildcard, yeah. I know. Is Amati keeping his place? I don't think so. Not long term, no.
Not long term, but until Vestergaard gets back, he's going to be continuing playing. But Leicester, they'll always concede goals. So
that's our teams. So I've done my moves. I've made my transfers. That is it. My team is up on the screen for next week. Sanchez home to Everton. Not the greatest of fixtures. I've got Calvert-Lewin up against the goalkeeper. Conflict of interest. It is what it is. Hopefully get loads of saves. I don't know. Miracles can happen, right? Luke Shaw, I'm happy with him. Alexander-Arnold, yeah, he can get an assist. Probably ain't going to keep a clean sheet. Tsimikas probably ain't going to play. Barnes' last chance against Norwich. Like, that is a last chance for Barnes. He needs to pay me back my patience. Son, I'm going to captain him. Assuming all is well, I'll obviously keep ear to the ground on that one. Fernandez away at Wolves. Greenwood away at Wolves. Both very capable, getting me points. Ings, Calvert-Lewin and Antonio is my front three. I'm really happy with this team. I think this team is really strong. I've got 1.4 million in the bank. So if I wanted to, I could bring in Reguilon for Tsimikas. What do you think of that for -4?
I think it's a brilliant move.
What do you reckon, chat? What do you reckon? Let's bestow your judgment upon us, shall we? Reguilon in for Tsimikas. Should I do it for a -4? Let's see. Barnes is a waste of space. Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me that. I know. What's this? I think it's catching best surgery ever. Hey, Vince, how you doing, mate? I'd take a -8 rather than a wild card. Yeah. I wasn't being serious, to be honest with you guys. If you're new around these parts, you can't take what I say as gospel. It just ain't happening. His price is going to rise tonight. Is it really? Well, Tsimikas has gone up, hasn't he? You can now sell him for 1.1 extra. What do you reckon about that? So I've got a 0.5 in the bank, technically. 1.5 in the bank. I'll take that. Son will be injured, says Dread FPL. No, he won't.
What if he won't? Again, I think it's about a 5% chance, if that. But what if it turns out that Son is injured and he's not going to be playing?
Well, if Son is injured, then I have to rely on the one, the only, the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Gilmore. Billy Gilmore! Come on down from Norwich. Is going to come and literally save my bacon with a 1.0, maybe a 2.0. So there you go.
Yeah,
I won't be captaining him. My vice captain's on Fernandez.
You're a good chess player, and like I say, you do. I said at the start of the season that, like our rivalry, you were step ahead of me already. And I accepted that. And I'm just, like I say, just playing the game for myself. And
no, you should be literally hitting that wildcard button and building a premium team.
No, I'll be doing that in the, like I said, once Chelsea get up and running with their decent fixtures, Man City get up and running. I'm still, the teams, like I said, that I'm impressed with, Liverpool, West Ham to name two, they've really, really genuinely given me hope that tripling up on them three is a very good option. You've got the likes of, say, Chelsea, who defensively we all know are very good, but we just don't know who's going to be playing for them. The likes of...
Yeah, Chelsea for me, I can't ignore them for too long. I want to be on that. I want to be on that Lukaku bandwagon. I really, really do, and I think he'll be in my team before long. Simicus, goodbye.
I get the Lukaku loving, but I honestly think that the likes of Antonio Ings will be on par with him for the next 3 or 4. Lukaku ain't going to be scoring. Is
there a better defender this game week to bring in than Reguilon? That's 5.5. I got 0.5 extra. 5.5 defenders, guys. Anyone want to throw some out there?
Herrera of Leicester, despite the fact
I don't want any Leicester players. Hello, Dave Lister. Oh, Dave Lister. He's become a member. Dave. Cheers, buddy. Can we get some love in the chat for our fellow member of the Red Dwarf crew, Dave Lister? Smeggy now, mate. Did you used to watch Red Dwarf, Steve-O?
Peter Dan.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely, I used to love watching Red Dwarf. Still do on occasion. My favourite one is when Rimmer they lose Rimmer and they go to this place where it's like called Rimmer World, and they go through this kind of the life of Rimmer, and people have got no idea what I'm talking about right now, but it's hilarious. Lukaku will be the assist of the assister, not worth the money. Oh, really? The assist of the assister? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I think he's going to be right in the middle. Reece James, 5.5. Ooh, interesting. Is he going to be nailed, though? Is he nailed?
Yeah.
You reckon?
No, I don't think he's nailed.
No, I don't think he's nailed.
Chilwell, I know he's 5.9, but I think your best bet is, I think the regular move is brilliant. I think go for it, genuinely. Having a Spurs defender is the word of
I'm not getting Digne in. I've made my mistakes. I've made my mistakes of bringing Digne in last season. I'm not repeating my mistakes again.
But no, like I say, I think this specific game week is going to be. We'll do our score predictions on Thursday or Friday, whatever. And like I say, I'm not expecting a very high scoring one, other than for the likes of Leeds. So if you have got the likes of Rafinha, Harrison,
Barnes. Oh, Rafinha, yeah. Good option for Barnes. Get Rafinha in for Barnes. Should I just do a -8? Yeah. Steven's like, yeah, please. I need you to catch up to my -16.
Well,
sorry, mate.
If it gets rid of the dead wood, do it early. Like I agree with it. Get it out of the way now. It's game week 3.
Well,
yeah, doing it in game week.
It's better 20. To take a -4 for to me, it's better to take a -4 for an attacking player than it is for a defender. But anyhow, Jason, why not keep Simicus or Simicast for at least a bit longer while White is going to go drop down? Is he really going to drop down in price? Is he close to dropping?
Then White will, yeah.
Well, if in that case, I haven't been keeping up with the price rises and drops. If I do get Ben White out and I bring Reguilon in, I've got 5.9. Who's 5.9?
Chilwell. He doesn't start.
He ain't starting. 5.9. Not much I can do that. I'm going above you now, Jason, says Simon Bellamy. I don't think so, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Well, he's had a very good game week. And in fact...
yeah, only because he had Benrahma.
Well, Lukaku, Antonio, I don't know who is...
Well, Ireland, yeah. Lukaku and Benrahma on me, pretty much. That's where his points came from.
Was his name Rayo of Brentford?
Yeah, he's been... Yeah, he ain't going to keep getting points from him. Don't worry about that. We go... Jason, didn't you say you would take hits in the early part of the season because now is the time to play around? Yeah, I did, but necessary hits. I mean, yeah, okay. What's the percentage, guys? I want to get your opinion. What's the percentage likelihood that Simicast plays against Chelsea? Like on a 0 to 100% level, what do you guys think?
Well, I think about 25-30%. Genuinely, he's looked good.
He did look good, but is Klopp going to give him that responsibility?
Well, this is the thing. He's up against Chelsea, and I think that against Chelsea, I think Firmino starts ahead of Jota. it'll be the front three: Mane, Firmino, and Salah up against Chelsea. It's going to be a really tight game. That it ain't going to be open. It ain't going to be like that 5-3 or whatever it was.
Well, I think Chelsea are going to batter Liverpool, mate. I honestly do. I honestly think Chelsea are going to absolutely batter Liverpool.
They're not attacking enough.
You wait. Clip this. They're gonna win by more than 2 goals. Margin of 2 goals. So it could be 3-1. It could be 2-0.
They're gonna have to score at least 2.
Yes.
I don't see it. They're
Mate, I don't care what you see from a man that's just taken a -16 to bring Pookie in and Duffy and Pookie in for a -16.
Technically, it's technically a -16 to bring in Ben Rama, Pookie, and Sanchez. That's what it is.
But only 2 of them are going to play. But only Ben Rama and Sanchez are going to actually play any games. Yeah.
Yeah. To bring in,
the Fire Tog said you did a -16 to bring in 2 players. But, it is what it is.
It's game week 2.
Yeah, I know. I'm just poking a bit of fun at you, Steve-O,
If in game week 20, for argument's sake, I'm, doing okay in the Rivals League, I'm like in the top 4 or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, this is going quite well. No one's going to remember this -6. No one's going to care. I'm not even going to care because I'd rather just sort this. Oh,
this -16 will be a distant memory come game week 38. You won't even remember this.
Become Saturday deadline, whatever day the deadline.
Yeah, I mean, so should I bench Trent? No, you clown. Nuclear atoms, you clown. Don't do that. Don't ever bench Trent. Never bench Trent. It's like benching Salah. You just don't do it. If you got him, you play him. When Dunk scores at the weekend against Everton, at least we get a cracking Steve-O rage clip.
I doubt that'll be happening.
You doubt that will be happening?
The only time I've come close to legitimately raging was, I'm still bitter about Antonio missing that header and then missing a penalty. I absolutely was fuming when I saw that. And I really wanted to.
This was supposed to be the Sunday surgery. We've had no callers on because there's just been way too much content to talk about. Like your -16 has been absolutely wow. Just it's been I don't know if it's a joke, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's a joke, and I don't know if you're just playing me around, and you're going to reveal your team as just being a normal team come the deadline. I'll be like, oh, Stephen just did 1 free transfer. That's it.
What will make me rage is Pookie does nothing and Sarr goes mental versus Tottenham. That's what will be ridiculous. But the team I was going to play was a 4-3-3 this week. If I was going to play it, it would have been basically Sanchez ahead of Sarr.
Right. Well, I certainly wish that your moves pay off. I think you're up against it, to be honest with you, and also we're in the head-to-head together. So not the head-to-head, we're in the doubles together, and you're sinking me down, mate. You're sinking me down. You're like the anchor. I'm trying to get to the top, and you're the anchor pulling me down. Sabotage.
I only care about two leagues, Rivals and not Moderator, Torbay Elite.
Torbay Elite. And how are you doing in Torbay Elite?
I think I'm ninth or 10th. One of the things.
Well, I think you are 9th. That is correct. But taking your -16 into account, you'll be down to 16th.
Yeah. But like I say, it's all relatively catchable within reason.
It is. And unfortunately, you're not far behind.
Well, I'm 15 points off you. I'm 14 points off Dan. 14 points from Mr. Reed. I'm only a couple of points behind side.
And Dan Benson is top, who's currently... So you're 15 behind me, is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're 15 behind me, so you're essentially 18 points behind top. Yeah. Before that, minus 16. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish you the best. Nothing but the best of. No, I don't actually. Your arrival, I couldn't give a crap. I hope you just burn in fire and you never see the top half of the table again. If truth be told.
Yes, I know. This is my point. Like, there's no.
There's no point saying, "Oh yeah, good luck, mate." Nah.
Yeah, I know.
I know. To be honest, I do want you to be within arm's reach though, because I think the drama is there when you're like, this week you could catch me.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, we find out that Son isn't. This is not going to happen. But Son doesn't play against Watford. He's been ruled out. It comes to Saturday, 3:00. Pookie scores 2 goals against Leicester. Then Rama comes through with a goal, well, let's just say an assist versus Crystal Palace. Sanchez comes in with a clean sheet. Your Son captain doesn't play or whatever. DCL blanks against Brighton. No, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute any of that's...
Well, that could happen. No, you make a good point. You make a strong argument. But you've also got that minus 16 to make up. So
that's my point. So if for argument's sake, as I've predicted in my head, I'm going to just about break even, if not, maybe be down by about...
If you break even, would you consider this game week 3 a successful game week? If you break even.
If I'm still, for argument's sake, how many points am I off in Torbay Elite? 20 points.
18 points.
If I'm still, let's just say 20 points off top spot in the Torbay Elite, I would be overjoyed. And more importantly, I'm like I say, people may not believe this, but I get more frustrated by not getting my predictions right than I do with this game, and that's the honest truth. Like when I hear Newcastle, lose to Aston Villa, wasn't it? In a Newcastle looking spineless, and there's me saying that I'm expecting that to be, Newcastle to do all right against them, or Man United to win really comfortably against Southampton, and it just ends up as a 1-1. I genuinely inside am more annoyed by that than my fantasy. I don't know what it is. Probably because I actually do quite well at predictions and I kind of want to beat Lino. But, I'm genuinely expecting Norwich to do all right against Leicester. Well, their talisman is Pookie. And, you'd expect him, if I'm predicting a 2-1, 3-1 victory against Leicester, you'd expect him to get a goal. You'd expect, the likelihood of that. I mean, like Tony versus Aston Villa, isn't it? I would say that's probably going to end 1-0 Aston Villa, 2-1 maybe, 2-0, 2-1. It's going to be a very tight game. Wouldn't surprise me if it ended 0-0 again. I think that Brentford, I don't know anything about their tactics or anything, but I would expect Brentford to be just sitting back and just stopping Buendia, El Ghazi, Ings. They just want to stop them, and if they can,
I see Ings scoring in that game. I really, really do.
Yeah, he could be a really good captaincy on.
Well, I will think about my transfer. To be honest, my Simicast. I will wait as long as possible. I don't know what's going on with Ben White. Has it been confirmed he's got COVID?
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's officially. I don't know if it's because of that. No, it's because of that. I don't know if he's got it or he's been track and traced or whatever, but he's definitely out. That's a fact.
Right.
He's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, the thing is that I know it's all about the money, but they're playing Man City. Man City are winning 2-0. 2-0, that's it. Arsenal are going to lose every game 2-0 for the rest of the season.
Okay. So yeah. I don't want to make this stream overly long. To be honest. Because I've got a mountain of things I need to crack on with this evening. And we want to possibly do a quick catch-up after this stream anyway. But I just want to basically say Chelsea and Man City players, we're not seeing them in many people's teams at the moment. You mentioned your wild card in game week 7. Are you essentially saying you're not going to be bringing any of those players into your team between now and
Chelsea? It'd be double defence. Right, it's just names off the top of my head. Chilwell and I don't know, Rudiger. Chilwell and Rudiger and Lukaku. It'd be a triple up. Anyway,
right?
I'm not
What game week 5, game week 6? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the midfielders because the points could be coming from anybody, and the reality is that their biggest attacking threat is going to be, we all know who, Lukaku. And against these rubbish teams, he is scoring, double-digit scorelines, goal assist, or 2 goals here or there. And that's where he's going to be getting most of his points from. Man City, I said it to Trigger Lips, Kevin De Bruyne, Ederson, Grealish, and who was the other player? I completely forgot. Oh, Diaz. They're the only 4 players pretty much guaranteed every single match. Well, I ain't going to be buying any of them apart from potentially Kevin De Bruyne and Diaz, for argument's sake. Grealish at a push.
I like Grealish. I like the look of him. But again, we can spend the next 2 or 3 weeks to see how much Pep's utilising him and how he's utilising him.
5-0 in a 5-0 victory, and hearing that he stumbled a ball across the line.
Oh yeah, it was non-intentional. It bounced off him.
Yeah. So again, it doesn't really bother me at all. You got the likes of Liverpool. Liverpool are just freaks. Matty, he's another one that you could look at. 5 million. Matty, Trent, Robertson when he returns, Salah, get him in. Just get him in. Salah is looking on. I said this to Dan, and I think I said it to you on the phone call earlier. If that goal had stood for Salah against Burnley, it would have been 4 or 5 to Liverpool. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Or fortunately, more to the point, it didn't happen. But that would have been.
I need to work out a way of getting Salah into my team.
Well, that's the thing. It's like Man United.
I'm being sarcastic. I just transferred him out.
Okay. Sai obviously has the 3, Man United in Fernandes, Greenwood, and Pogba. I think those 3 are pretty much, I get it. Get them in. They're all on fire. They're all enjoying their football. Bring them in. Leeds, you've got, you could pick any number, but pretty much Rafinha and Harrison, but mainly Rafinha. Aston Villa, it's just Danny Ings. That's it. Maybe a defender, but they've got really horrible fixtures. Tottenham are the interesting one. Tottenham, you could genuinely potentially double up on them. Reguilon, Sanchez, Dia, and then you've got Son as an example from their attacking point of view. You've got like Kane coming back now, but certainly Son for a cheap way in is a good option, a very good option, in fact. Everton, DCL, that's pretty much it off the top of my head. And there's just bits and pieces here or there, but really the majority of players that everybody owns are bringing in the returns. There's no real. I can't think of any, because this is why I'm doing quite well at my fantasy bets. So this weekend I did my fantasy bet. 6 of them, 6 anytime goal scorers all came through. So I'm kind of broke even, maybe a tiny bit down, maybe a bit up on that again. So because I'm betting on the players which are pretty much the popular ones used in fantasy football, and they're all coming through. Like if I'd have betted on the Man United game, the West Ham game, I would have gone for the likes of Antonio to score, Ben Rama to score, Greenwood to score, Fernandes to score. It's just the pop, because they're all coming through. They're all, as I said before, and I say it again, like everybody's cancelling each other out within reason. Within reason, they're cancelling each other out. But unfortunately, for someone like me, the players that I had, they weren't doing the business. So I'm a bit disappointed with Watford defensively. Backman has not got a single save point. I'm quite to be honest with you.
Yeah. His time will come, don't you worry.
Yeah, like I said, I'm more banking on the home form. And against Tottenham, like I say, it's going to be 2-0, 3-0 at the most. And I think it's going to be Harry Kane this particular game week that everybody's then going to be talking about for game week 4, which isn't going to be happening for another 2 weeks or whatever the stupid turnaround is. The 11th of September is the next game week. So, Harry Kane will be the talk of the town. And everybody will forgot that. Like I say, Lukaku versus Liverpool, at most a goal.
At most a goal? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I think there'd be a few goals in there for Chelsea at least, but I mean, it could be one of those cagey tight games that you just see one goal, maybe even a 1-1. I don't know. I just think that the Chelsea will go at Liverpool. I think it'll be end to end a little bit. Well, I'm hoping that I'll be anyway.
Go at teams. They don't really go at teams per se.
They'll break the wall. They've got Lukaku there, man. They've got a target man there now.
They want to control the game. They control the game, and if they get the opportunity to break,
go down the wing, throw the ball in. Lukaku will get on the end of it and score a goal. That's going to be the tactic. Break down the flanks, cross the ball to Lukaku, cross the ball to Lukaku, cross the ball to Lukaku. That's going to be the tactics. You just watch.
You're going to stick Van Dijk or Matip on Lukaku all game. That's going to stick one of them two on him all game, and Trent and Robertson will be able to also miss.
You'll get a couple of chances. You'll get a couple of clear chances. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. Well, if they allow the chances that they did against Burnley, then yeah, you are right. Chelsea are going to score 2 or 3.
So. Well, I've got BTEC Lukaku in my team. I've got Calvert-Lewin, who is also a target man, a poacher. Good in the air. So I'm happy with that.
That game against Brighton, I predicting 1-1, 2-1 in favour of Everton.
Yeah, one of the other, a narrow win for Everton. He'll give me a assist or a goal. Calvert-Lewin, I'm expecting.
Like it's quite within reason. It's pretty easy to predict the scores so far, but I think it's the targeting the likes of Crystal Palace. A lot of people talk about potentially. I know Si's thinking of captaining Antonio. He's got a double-digit haul versus Leicester last night. It never happens. Very rare that players get double-digit hauls continuously, unless you are like a world-class player like Fernandes, Salah, as argument's sake. But Antonio up against Crystal Palace, can I see him scoring? Yeah, but not 2 goals. Again, that's going to be really tight. I'm expecting maybe 2-0, something like that, versus Crystal Palace. Do you want
people talking in the chat about about Lukaku? I mean, we talk about players and their demeanour on the field, and he's just obviously signed for Chelsea, but he's all smiles. He's really happy.
Yeah.
He's got his goal.
Yeah.
I think that people are just somehow thinking that he's going to be quiet against Liverpool. It's just we'll see.
He ain't going to be quiet. He's going to be having a battle with Matip/Van Dijk. It'll probably be a random guess. It's probably going to be Matip. And I think guaranteed Matip's going to get a yellow card for slicing down Lukaku. He's going to let him know he's there.
Yeah.
That'll be within reason, within the first 15 minutes. And Lukaku will know he has a fight on his hands here. And like I say,
and then Matip's got to be careful for the remainder of the game, hasn't it? 75 minutes. So,
he's a quality defender by all accounts. He's a very good defender. He's got Van Dijk on next to him for the experience and whatnot. So I'd imagine.
I wouldn't say Matip's a very good defender, mate. Sorry.
But he played again. I'm only based on the fact that he plays for Liverpool. By all accounts, whenever he had this partnership with Van Dijk and everything, they did pretty well together. So it just says to me, they're going to do all right. But I don't proclaim to be any expert on football.
He's all right. I think it's. I think anyone that plays next to Van Dijk can be classed as a good defender.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that game pans out. I just want to see what the guys in the chat are saying. Calvert-Lewin and Benrahma in for Son and Tony for a -4. What? Get rid of Son? Could work out. I think that you don't need to do those moves. Yeah.
Who's that?
Lou Floyd is saying about Calvert-Lewin and Benrahma in for Son and Tony.
No.
No, not for minus. I wouldn't do that for a free transfer, let alone a -4.
Agreed.
Yeah. Lukaku is too lazy. You'll blank the next 3 games. Bad man saying.
Not against Aston Villa. Aston Villa is when you're going to see the double-digit haul come through. When I say double-digit haul, I mean like the goal and assist, 2 goals.
Yeah.
2 assists. I don't mean literally 10 points like he got this weekend, for argument's sake.
Have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Tsimikas, we go. Can only play 3. William, I'll let the chat decide on that for you. Jason, you think Maguire is good? You have seen him play this season. My comments on United versus Southampton, a completely different team than what we saw in Gameweek 1. Lots of messing around with the ball in our half. Like Matic felt that he could take 20 touches on the ball and got dispossessed God knows how many times. Again, similar with Maguire, he was making stupid passes, lost possession quite a bit. We just seem to just be, I don't know, how can I say this without sounding, no, I'm going to say it. We seem to be panicked by Southampton's press. Like, they pressed high up. We were trying to play it through from the back, and we're panicking. What are you panicking for? I mean, it was, anyway, without going too much into detail, I was very surprised at the way United kind of just basically gave in to the press and were just negative in the way they were moving the ball around. This is why after Game Week 1, everyone was going, "Oh, United, you know, got to get United assets in. They're brilliant. And I'm like, let's just calm down. Let's just see where we are in a few game weeks, you know, because at the moment we just don't know what Paul Pogba's going to step onto that field. Fernandes, by all accounts, didn't have the best game. They got lucky with a deflected goal, but it is what it is. Did I think we did enough in that game to win? No. Could we have won it? Yes. But did I think we did enough to win it? No, we didn't. And that's the problem. That's the same old problem that we saw last season as well. So let's just see. I still think United are good to go with 2 or 3 players, especially if you've got Greenwood and Fernandes in your team. Do you need Luke Shaw in your team? I'd probably argue that you don't need him in your team. I think that the double up is more than enough. Missing that CDM. Oh, it's shocking. Just shocking. I don't want to think about it. It just gets me angry. Don't talk to me about Man United. Don't talk to me about Man United. It just frustrates me. It really does. It's like basically 99% of football fans can watch the game and understand what's going wrong. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can sit there and watch the game and be oblivious. It really blows my mind. But anyway, let's not talk about Man United. Let's talk about other things like flowers in a meadow, drifting in the breeze, nice floral fragrance. Steve-O sat there on his iPad taking a -20, realising that his -16 isn't enough.
They bring in the tattoo. Take Sarah.
Just do it, mate. You might as well have a laugh. Guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. It's getting on now. We will be, of course, taking callers on Sunday. Obviously, this Sunday surgery has been eventful. It's been different. Steve-O, I will be streaming on Friday evening at 6 o'clock. Hopefully, you'll be able to join me. For those of you who don't know, Steve-O's had to deal with some compassionate leave. He's on compassionate leave at the moment, essentially. So we don't know exactly what's going on with Steve-O. So just wait close to the time and we'll work it out. But I appreciate you joining me tonight, dude. I hope you've enjoyed being on being on your own show.
Yeah, I am. To be completely frank, I'll say it now. My dad sadly passed away, so yeah, I've been off for like the last week. He passed away last week in the early hours of Thursday morning, so 4 o'clock in the morning on Thursday last week. He sadly passed away due to emergency surgery. They couldn't save him, so yeah, they took him off life support. As you can imagine, I've been very, very upset regarding it, and watching the Burnley game. I had a very close friend of mine, Mr. Reed, with me. It was kind of like I only saw Mr. Reed because he was just by pure coincidence in the area. And I just want to see a friend, and watching the Burnley game was, as you can imagine, pretty tough. Seeing as my dad's like a die-hard Burnley fan, and yeah, it was, as you can imagine, a shock. And I have not wanted to. Yes, obviously, I've been looking occasionally on Twitter and Discord and stuff. I'm slowly getting back into it. In fact, today's been the first day when I've actually been pretty active, just interacting with my favourite wrestling accounts, and occasionally putting a comment in the Discord or whatever. But yeah, it's been tough, and the next few weeks going to be all right. But I appreciate the kind words that some people put in the on a tweet. I'm not.
Well, they're sending even more kind words right now because Steve-O can't actually read the chat, but they're all giving you support right now. It's a really sucky situation. We're all really sorry about that. And I hope you didn't mind me slating you about your -16, because sometimes it's nice to take your mind off of stuff that goes on in the real life.
I mean, like I say, like I mean, without getting too
the
word I'm looking for here, but like I have been able to watch quite a lot of football, ironically, because my dad actually subscribes to all the football channels. So now, admittedly, I watched the Liverpool game in the pub, but the point being, I would have been able to watch it here. So I've been able to watch quite a lot of football, and it is weird not being with him, and it is pretty difficult being in the front room when he's not there, because it's just like, excuse my French, but fucking hell, this is like really.
That's his chair that he used to always sit at and things like that.
Yeah.
I know.
Pretty weird, like not being able to like talk to him briefly about what's going on and stuff, but I am actually able to watch the football and everything. And like I say, like, and listening into the Discord, not the Discord, your stream that you did on Saturday, I was on my way down in the car or whatever, and it was just like, this hearing what Buffy was saying and Joe Nicholson regarding like various teams. I mean, I think Buffy said this Crystal Palace are absolutely hopeless. Captain whoever's playing them, captain them, and obviously Antonio, Ben Ram, or whatever. But yeah, I'm without wanting to repeat myself, I just want this game week to be over. That -16 is happening now.
Yeah, start fresh. Game week 4.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you ain't got long to wait. A few more days.
No, precisely. We got the football tonight, tomorrow, and then when is the deadline? Saturday. Yeah. It is Saturday, 12th. Oh yeah, Man City.
11 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah. So, it's to be honest, it's really nice to be back streaming, because I really kind of wanted to stream with you on Saturday, but I wasn't really in the headspace. But I was in the headspace. It sounds really weird, but I was in toing and froing, and I wanted to do the stream with you on Sunday, but obviously I couldn't.
Yeah.
Obviously you weren't anyway, but I'm just glad to be back and just literally just talking about a hobby that we all enjoy, and like slating each other about, basically. So,
yeah, absolutely. And it's great. It's great that you could join tonight to join me, because I was originally going to just take some callers on and just be me. So it's always much better when you're able to come on and we can do it together. I think a lot of people will agree about that. FPL Seb is in the celebrity. FPL Seb's in the chat as well. I know. He's an Norwich fan, and he'll be happy to hear that you've got Pookie in. There you go, Seb. What do you think of Steve-O sporting your main talisman in his FPL lineup?
You've surely been listening to the show.
Well, he might not have got that, but there you go. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. You've been awesome. Steve-O's been awesome. I look forward to seeing you again on Friday evening at 6 o'clock on this channel. Be there. All the best. Say bye, Steve-O.
Goodbye.